Hello. Well done for making it this evening. It's fully Brexiting itself out there. Speaking of an outvote, on Tuesday I had my first colonoscopy. I had a colonoscopy this week. I shouldn't have to endure an election as well. It's a funny old beast, this election. It does feel that there is less passion for this election than in previous ones. Don't you feel maybe there's a little less hope in the air, at least with Brexit? People really cared and we don't. You know, it's just hard to summon the passion. Like, sure, we have a choice, but it's kind of between two things we don't massively want when you boil it down. Oh, we get a choice, Peter. Would you like colorectal surgery or wisdom tooth extraction? Oh, hang on, there's a third option, tribal sleeve tattoo. That also sounds painful. I've always been a Greens voter by default. Like, I feel like a Greens vote is a bit like buying free-range bacon. The pig is still dead, but somehow less dead. I've always voted Green, but I found myself looking around this year, and I don't know if it's because I've had kids now and there's no better way to make you give less of a shit about politics than having kids. But I've been looking around at other Greens voters and going, who am I? You know? Because you kind of, I know when I've been hanging out with Liberal voters because I come home and my hair smells of dry cleaned suits and just for men. And I know I've been hanging out with Labor voters because I come home and my hair smells like onions. Sorry, unions. My hair smells like unions. Sorry. But who are Greens voters? You know, you look around. It's like when you go to a concert of a band you really like and you look around at the other people and you go, oh, that's who I am. Really old. I've been looking around and trying to work it out. What am I? Which one of these am I? Am I the cranky old bitch in a cardigan in Coburg? Am I the smug young former private school student who rides a bike but has top-tier health insurance just in case of a bingle? Or am I the young, smartly dressed mother of two who drives a Prius and cares about the future for her children but also uses the heating quite a lot because, you know, kids? Which one am I? And it is that diverse. I kind of think that might be the Greens' problem. And you look at the slogan and the slogan doesn't help clear things up. Okay, because the Labor slogan, when you go to the homepage, the Labor slogan says, standing up for middle and working class families. And that's quite clear. And you go to Liberal homepage and it goes, back our plan for a strong new economy. And that's very clear too, although, mind you, nobody really knows what an economy is. You know, it's like flossing. You know it's important, but you really only lend serious thought to it about once a year. And then you go to the Greens homepage and it says, standing up for what matters. What matters? Obviously not middle or working class families, because otherwise their slogan would be, what Labor said. Who knows what matters? You know what that is for? That slogan is for the people who care about lead-beat opossums to go, that's what they're talking about. The people who care about cycle paths in Coburg go, that's what that's about. And the people that are anti-vax to go, that's what matters. Shh, guys, quiet down. You're embarrassing Dr. Di Natale. Anyway, so my point was, I do still care about the Greens. I think their problem is that lack of unity, and I decided I would use tonight to pitch myself as their new scriptwriter, their speechwriter, to just finally unite that very diverse group of wankers and cranks that I am one of. Very happy with the plan. And then as the day wore on, I had a growing, familiar feeling, which was remembering I'm not smart enough for a job I've already taken the paycheck for. And I found myself wondering, how often does Bill Shorten feel that? Now, I felt that, and I have an adequate mind, and it is at the moment rendered slightly less adequate by the fact that I do have small children at home. I have a 2-year-old, and I found myself remembering that I didn't take this job because I care about politics, but because I wanted to get out of putting a toddler to bed one night, and I got a baby as well, and that's why I'm wearing these shoes, just so one part of me is looking forward to going home at the end of the night. And don't have children, folks. Seriously, I love them. I have to. I can't get them back up again. But don't do it. And then as I wrangled those two dickheads over lunchtime, I had a new feeling, which wasn't just that I'm not smart enough to make fun of politicians. It's also, I realised I feel sorry for them. Because, yeah, they can be a bit shit, but they're the only parents we've got. And look at us, this bunch of bastard comedians coming on stage, making fun of them like we're going to put the effort in to look after ourselves, right? Like we're the whining teenagers. Sure, kids, sure your dad has man boobs and makes jokes about denial being a river in Egypt, sure. But at least somebody's thinking about how they're going to pay the bills. And you, sure, your father signed the family up for a really shitty internet, but he's promised you, Mummy and Daddy, is going to buy you a house later. So I'm going to get out of here. And in the interests of complete transparency, I'm going to finish by reading out my list of Google search phrases that I typed in this afternoon while preparing for this gig. Just so that you won't be tempted to think any of my opinions are valid. All right. Who is the typical Labor voter? Who is the typical Green voter? Liberal Party slogan. Labor Party slogan. Greens Party slogan. Who is the leader of the Greens? Seriously, just checking. Dumb things Bill Shorten has said. And where is the Athenaeum Theatre? Good night. Thank you very much.
Visit wheelercentre.com for the best in books, writing and ideas from Melbourne, Australia and the world.